Hey everyone, this is Helps from Chalk. I wanted to give a quick demo of our MCP server. And so it's a public repo on GitHub. You can go to Chalk AI, Chalk MCP. We need Go to actually install this. So after you download the repo, you can just go build, and then we can add the config to Cloud Code or like Cursor. And so I'm actually using this both in Cursor and Warp. And so in Warp, if I ask, what tools does this MCP server have, I can see that we have Chalk Apply, Chalk Environment, Chalk Features, Chalk Query. And I actually use mostly Chalk Query. And so the nice thing is that eventually I can ask, like in Cursor, I can say like, use the MCP server and find me, terminals in Rust. And so the first thing it does is it actually loads all the features in my deployment. And then it eventually, after finding, GitHub search, it can actually run a Chalk query where it passes in, an input to this query parameter. And after it does that, we're going to get a bunch of results back from a vector database search. We're using LatsDB for this particular project. And then we can extract features from the data frame that we get back from the vector database, and then we can do things kind of like RAG. We can run a chat completion on top of them. And so if I run this in my terminal, we can see this is what the features look like. I can see the URL for, like, let's say the top project. I can also see the other projects that were given back, and I can actually click on one of these and essentially get this project back and load it in GitHub. Yeah, but a lot of people are using this mostly for doing analysis, as well as like using the MCP server to write more code, and then use Chalk lint essentially to like check that their code is correct, because we do have like a linter where we like validate the features and validate whether each feature has a resolver, etc. And so the hope here is to make it easier to build more features in Chalk, as well as run queries and make branches in Chalk. Yeah, so I hope this helped.